Permission to grieve, the power of feeling hurt. Disappointment has the power to leave us feeling raw, exposed, and sometimes utterly broken. When things don't unfold the way we expect or hope, it is easy to think that we should simply move on, put on a brave face, and suppress the emotional turbulence. After all, society often rewards resilience in its most stoic form, encouraging us to be strong and unaffected by the difficulties that come our way. But what if feeling hurt is not only normal, but necessary for our healing? What if instead of resisting our emotions, we gave ourselves permission to truly grieve? Grief is not reserved for loss alone. We grieve over the things we didn't achieve, the relationships that didn't work out, the dreams that fell apart. And disappointment, no matter how big or small, is a form of loss. It signals that we've invested something precious, time, hope, energy, or trust, and now that investment hasn't paid off in the way we imagined. Grief in this sense is a response to the gap between expectation and reality. Why feeling hurt is normal. Grief is not a weakness. It's a natural human response to life's inevitable disappointments. Whether it's the end of a relationship, the loss of a career opportunity, the collapse of a dream, or simply unmet expectations, the emotional pain that accompanies these events is completely normal. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we are the only ones who hurt or that our pain is somehow unjustified. Society often teaches us to suppress vulnerability, to get over it quickly, and to mask our pain with productivity or distractions. However, emotions are not easily ignored, and when we deny them, they don't go away. They get stored, often showing up in ways we can't control. Our culture doesn't always make room for hurt. We're constantly bombarded with messages of positivity, hustle, and progress, and there's little space for acknowledging pain. But what happens when we bottle up our feelings, ignoring the emotional wound left by disappointment? Over time, it can manifest in physical ailments, anxiety, depression, and even a diminished sense of self-worth. Recognizing that feeling hurt is not a sign of failure, but a sign of being human allows us to give ourselves the grace we deserve in these moments. The truth is, hurt is a part of the human experience. We all feel it at varying degrees throughout our lives. Allowing ourselves to acknowledge that pain, not as something to fix, but as something to experience, is crucial for emotional well-being. The process of feeling hurt, though difficult, is the first step toward healing. It's a signal that we've been affected, and that's entirely normal. It is, in fact, a natural response to being vulnerable and invested in something that didn't turn out as we'd hoped. The importance of release. When we feel hurt, the most immediate impulse may be to shield ourselves from further pain, to hide, retreat, or avoid confronting the depth of our feelings. We often think that if we don't acknowledge our hurt, it won't affect us, or that the quicker we move on, the less it will hurt. However, emotional pain doesn't disappear on its own. It needs to be processed. Without release, it festers, much like a wound that isn't allowed to heal properly. The act of releasing pain can be incredibly freeing. Release is not about forgetting what happened or pretending that we don't care. Rather, it's about finding ways to honor our feelings and give them the space to be expressed. Grief that is acknowledged and expressed doesn't have to be all-consuming. It can be a transformative process where the hurt is integrated and transformed into wisdom, compassion, and strength. Release can take many forms. Each person finds their own way of expressing and letting go of pain. Some may find it through tears, while others may need physical movement to shake off the emotional weight. Writing, painting, and music are powerful tools for expressing inner turmoil, as they allow us to give voice to what is otherwise difficult to articulate. Physical exercise or simply going for a walk in nature can also serve as a release, helping to move the energy of pain through the body. An important aspect of release is creating a safe environment for it. This means removing the self-judgment that may accompany emotional expression. Too often we are taught to view crying, yelling, or feeling angry as signs of weakness or immaturity. However, allowing ourselves to feel and express pain in healthy ways is an act of self-compassion, not a sign of failure. The key is to release without judgment in a way that honors the fullness of our emotional experience, safely expressing pain. While it is vital to release pain, It's equally important to do so in ways that are safe for ourselves and for others. Sometimes we may be tempted to lash out, to direct our hurt onto those around us, or to suppress our emotions until they eventually explode. Healthy expression of pain involves finding a balance between authenticity and responsibility. It's about choosing moments and methods that allow us to process our grief while also respecting the boundaries of those around us. Here are a few ways to express pain safely and constructively. 1. Journaling. Writing offers a safe space for us to pour out our feelings without the need for external validation or judgment. It allows us to express everything from raw anger to sadness without fear of rejection or misunderstanding. Writing helps us gain clarity, giving us the distance needed to view our emotions from a different perspective. 2. Talking to someone trustworthy. While not everyone will understand, having someone in your life who is willing to listen can be invaluable. A friend, therapist, or mentor can help you process your emotions, offering comfort and perspective. Just having someone hear your pain can make a world of difference. And so, 3. Artistic expression. Whether through painting, music, dance, or any other creative outlet, art offers a way to externalize emotional turmoil. It's an act of releasing pain while also creating something meaningful. Art allows for healing to occur in the same space where pain once lived. 4. Physical release. Physical activities like yoga, running, or even screaming into a pillow can help release pent-up emotions. Physical movement helps discharge emotional energy from the body, creating a sense of relief and grounding. Or 5. Mindfulness and meditation. For some, sitting with their pain in a mindful, non-judgmental way can help process emotions without needing to act on them. Meditation allows us to witness our thoughts and feelings without becoming overwhelmed by them, creating space for healing. 6. Seeking professional help. If the pain feels too overwhelming, or if it's interfering with daily life, seeking professional help can provide the necessary tools and support to navigate grief. A therapist can guide you through the process of grieving and help you develop healthy coping mechanisms. The process of expressing pain safely is not about getting over it as quickly as possible. It's about giving ourselves permission to feel and to heal in a way that feels right for us. It's important to remember that emotional expression is not a linear process. We may find ourselves cycling through feelings of sadness, anger, confusion, and even acceptance. And that's okay. Each emotion is part of the intricate fabric of our experience. Embracing hurt with compassion. Giving ourselves permission to grieve, to feel hurt, and to release our emotions is an act of profound self-compassion. It acknowledges that we are not perfect, that we are not invincible, and that it is okay to fall apart when life disappoints us. In doing so, we create space for healing, growth, and ultimately, renewal. Disappointment may have shattered something in us, but in grieving that loss, we open the door to something new, something stronger, wiser, and more whole. Allow yourself the time and space to mourn what didn't work out, and trust that through this process, you will come out on the other side more aligned with your authentic self. Pain is temporary, healing is not. By embracing your grief, you pave the way for transformation and self-discovery.